series. Going to be doing Bristol, Martinsville today. Each track will have a full-on custom setup where everything, you know, I've touched all the way down to the gear and rear end ratios. And then we will do pit road only setups. And I'll show you how to drive each one, philosophy as far as, you know, as how to handle the car on the track, line-wise and all that. So we will do that real quick. Let me get this camera moved just a second here. Oh, did not want to do that. And give me just a second. Let's take the camera off. I was getting in the way of the camera. Okay, anyways. So here we have the full-on Bristol setup right here. And as you see, I've touched pretty much all this. Most of the time I only leave the left weight, front weight alone. Ride heights are good. The wedge, most of the time I actually increase with the full-on setup because it'll be pretty loose. The springs I put each over 1,000, make the right spring maxed out. Now tire pressures, let me explain. As far as these are my default tire pressures, they're a lot stagger in them, and for those of you guys who don't know, stagger is really basically the difference between the left sides and the right sides and PSI. It'll affect the car as they build up. On this game it doesn't have too much of a hard effect other than a little bit more of wear compared to if I had these closer to the left side. Let's say I went 29 on the rights instead of 32, 34, then the wear wouldn't be as bad, but it doesn't make too much of a difference. Definitely worth. Now you could change the tire pressures on this setup. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you got your own for like Bristol, hey, that's fine as far as tire pressures. Everything else I'd try to follow it because it's about as good as you get. I promise you. I know there's a guy in Pit Gaming that does setups as well for tracks. I'm not trying to call him out or anything, but I've tried his setups and they're solid. They're just loose. I believe mine are a lot more stable compared to his. Ooh, I just got nailed coming up that road. So let's get on to the track here. Okay, now I am on controller. I'm letting you know that as well too, but it should translate very well to the wheel. So my line at Bristol here. I try to go kind of low into the corner or mid. I'm barely on the brake right there. You saw me slide up just a tick. Come off low. Going hard. Sliding up. Bringing it back down. Seeing how I'm feathering the throttle and look at it. There's a 17.1. Now I had this set up down to a 16.9 millimeter. So that should be pretty good. That should be pretty fast. I don't know if much other people will have some faster unless they're trying to like bounce it off the wall, which is for a different time as far as that goes. See, I'm working. Ooh boy, you gotta be careful when you do go low and come up high because there is that little bump right there. But yeah, you see my line. I'm basically trying to follow where you see the rubber built in right there. Pretty close to it. I know that sounds really simplistic, but at a track like Bristol, part of it is the setup. The other part is just knowing, you know, kind of how to let it float, feather through the corner like I'm doing, then when to pick it back up hard off. So there's a 17 right there. Hit the ball a little bit. And you don't have to come in low. As long as you're coming out low and coming up, you're good. It's really what you want. I've also, you'll notice on the full-on setup right there that I showed, I turned the rear end ratio up a tick. That way I get better acceleration. It's not a huge difference, but it's enough to make, you know, a tenth's worth. Like I'm reaching 132 in a lot of these corners, but that's a bit rough. Reaching, you know, into the 130s going into these corners, but coming out a lot better. So just kind of show you how this car handles. It gets better as it goes on. It starts out just a tick on the loose side, but it's not going to be too bad as long as you're not stomping on the brakes. Like, I'd be very careful with those brakes. Learn how to feather the brakes. If you don't know how to do that, you need to do that first. That will really help you out here. That's pretty much Jimmy. It's any short track in general. Can work around some of these CPUs. These CPUs are on 105 difficulty, so I'm letting you know that too. Get about 20 laps in on this run here and show you what I'm talking about as far as how the car can get a bit better. Gotta take a damage because of Jimmy.
All clear.
The only thing you really have to watch out for this setup is coming off the corner. You really got to be careful of being in the middle. See where that line is? See, I either try to come out on the top or the bottom, preferably the bottom. Because if you're in the middle, it can snap loose on you. So be very careful coming out of the corner. But you see, I'm down here in the 17.0s pretty consistently with this setup, and 16.9s pretty easily. There's not a whole lot time difference. There's about 3/10 between a full-on setup with this track and a pit road only, you know, where you only adjust the wedge and tire pressures. Like, I think I could get down to the 17.1, high 17.0s here with just pit adjustmts, but not consistently. Most of the time it's 17.1, 17.2s, and you'll see that here in a few. Like I said, I get to 20 laps on this and we'll switch it over to the pit road only setup. See how I'm driving it though. I'm just trying to basically like kind of go in but float up a little bit. Once it starts coming back down, I get back on it and just keep on it.
The car ahead is big.
That's really all about getting that rhythm too. If you get into good rhythm here, I mean that's going to be huge. See there, I let it come up. Don't be afraid to let it come up pretty heavy like that. If you can punch it out, because you're going to be able to punch it out a little bit sooner, and you should hold about the same time. And I wouldn't suggest bouncing off the wall like that, but on the online where there's no damage, technically it does help a little bit. Now don't be doing it if you got, you know, if you're coming up on a person. Yeah, try not to do that. And for passing here, you see I'm passing low. You don't really want to do that online because you're going to slide up. You want to kind of get to them on the outside if you can. But really you want to set up the pass down the straightaway. You want to be able to be under them during the straightaway. If you're not under a guy, you know, online going down the straightaway, I suggest just kind of being careful and backing off as you go into the corner, or not trying to dive into them, because the side draft is very powerful on the online, especially at these short tracks, because you don't, you know, you're at such high speeds it'll really whip you in the corner and bring you up. So just want to kind of be careful. I'm in the corner passing here. Oh boy, 93 is lucky that I'm not coming after him right now. I mean, the car, like I said, it stays pretty consistent. You gotta be careful on the brake, but other than that, you'll see what I'm talking about if you try it out. Pretty balanced setup. I've got to where, ooh, how did he spin out right there? Okay. I might have bumped him just a tick, but we did. Oops. Anyways, I'm on the PS4 as well, by the way, too.
Car high. All clear.
Complete this lap. Let's get one more good one in here. See, that's still a 16.9 just sliding around. Tires are doing okay. Chipping away pretty hard. That's the same with the tire pressures that I have. The right front's going to go pretty decently quick because of the stagger. But looky there, we got in at least 10 of those laps were 17.0s, probably more than that. Those were just the top 10. Very consistent car. I'll give you one more good look at here for a couple seconds as far as the setup goes. Okay, now we'll move on to the regular setup. This is a pit road adjustment only setup. I'm going to reset it to default here just to show you, and then walk you through it right here. Wedge wise, I try to keep, I don't know, it's tough. You want to go down to about 47, maybe 46.7, 46.8. You don't want to get too crazy with it because it will really be kicking in and out of the corner. And then tire pressures, I keep the tire pressures from the full-on setup about the same. Drive down 24. Hit 34. We're good. Back on the track again. Boom.
You're in the wrong pit lane.
Oh, I thought you were Ashton or something for a second. I was like, wait, who's doing that? I gotcha. No, your hands aren't that bad. Because it's not, the other day at work, it was like 32 for a while, and we finally figured out how to turn on the heat. Yeah, it was frosty.
Still there.
Let's see. Okay, so same line though with the default or pit only setup. You'll let it rise a little bit more. You're not going to get as much speed through the corner, but you should be hitting somewhere between a 17.2 and a 17.1. And later in the run, you'll probably be able to get close to 17.0, 17 or 16.9 out of it if you have a just flying lap. Work through these CPUs, man. Still around 17.2s on the high side. Ooh. Picked up a couple of years. Thank you, thank you.
Hold your line. Start low.
Ooh, come on.
All clear.
Okay. Anyways, there we go. So we're through him right here. God damn it. Try not to just beat him out of the way. Good old Ryan Scott.
All clear.
Okay, back to where we are right here. Once again, I'm sliding up a bit. You'll notice I don't have quite the speed I did with full-on setup, but that's okay. I'm going to... See what I mean about being in the center right there? You don't want to do that because you will snap. Can't get to the low side, just come out on the high side. Be careful not to hit the wall. Oop, tagged a little bit right there. Here we go, here we go. Okay, so getting a little bit faster here. Guess I'm getting some space. Gotta go around on the high side here.
Stay high. Still there.
Turn to best 17.2 right there. But yeah, with these pit setups, about 17.1, 17.2, if you can do that consistently, you're going to be fast if you're doing any league races. So here's 17.1 right there. Okay. Okay. That's not what I'm about to do. Anyways, but give you one more good look here at this is the pit road only adjustment setup right here. So, grill tape really doesn't matter, you don't have to mess with it. Okay, so let's go on to Martinsville now. Okay, so for the full-on setup here at Martinsville, same thing. I actually did drop the wedge a little bit on this one because you need it coming out of the corner. But you'll see a lot of it's pretty close to the same. I put the rear end ratio up just a tick for the acceleration. Now, the way I always describe Martinsville to people is try to treat each corner like it's like turn 4 at Richmond, or 3 and 4 where you gotta try to brake on the straightaway. Get down into it. See, ooh, messed it up a little bit right there. Don't want to get on that grass, but if you just coast through these corners, and you come up a little high right here too and get down into it, coast through mainly the center of it and then punch it hard off. And you know, I know a lot of people that I know have tried to do like third gear for doing manual gears in both corners, but it's really hard to do that without the car kicking loose. So if you're using manual gears, I wouldn't even try to shift down on third. I'd just keep going forth. Because you don't get that low in the corners. I mean, not as low as you see. There's 19.1. Now, the thing with this is I've seen guys get like an 18.9 here with just pit adjustments, but it's only because this is really more of a through line. This is more of a rhythm track than anything, especially getting down to the corner and getting off. I try to not brake hard. I just kind of let it slide down in there a little bit, just enough. And as I roll through the center, as I start getting to the end of the corner, you'll see me kind of feather a little bit and then try to pick it back up. We're going to miss the car right here. Okay, get around now.
Still there. All clear.
Clean passes. The thing is here too, if you're racing around other people online, you want to try to stick to the bottom. They will not be able to pass you if you are stuck to the bottom. The outside is really tough to pass, so it's one of those same tracks where you want to win the race down the straightaway. Where you're solidly underneath them, or if you're not, I wouldn't try to dive middle on them. I'd just kind of, you know, back it off a bit. Oop. Little nose to tail right there.
Still there. All clear.
Anyways, so now let's show you. When you're by yourself like this, you'd be a little aggressive getting into the corner as long as you're coming off really hard. It's not really preferred, but ooh, that's a little bit too much right there. But if you get around 19.0 or 19.01, that's where you want to be. If you get any faster than that, great. Should have been a really good one right there. Yep, 19.074. And also, there's probably about a 10th difference between a full-on setup at Martinsville and a just pit road adjustment only setup, and that's because there's just not a whole lot to it that you can do tuning-wise. It's more about how you drive it. So. This setup should still put you in the ballpark to easily be able to get a 19.0, 19.1 consistently, as long as you drive it how you're supposed to. See, I messed up a little bit there. It's too high. Cost me just a little bit.
Still there. Clear high.
Moving around him now. Heard my tire squealing just a bit there. That's because I was a little heavy on the brake. That's okay as long as you're not snapping completely sideways, and you shouldn't hear Martinsville. The only time you should like really snap sideways is maybe coming off the corner, just like Bristol. So
stay low. Still there.
Unless you hit the grass or the apron, of course. But.
All clear.
See, you can use that little stappiness right there, like I did, try to get down to the corner. Just gotta be careful with it.
Still there.
Joey's has problems up there, see?
clear.
Whoops. Sorry, Ryan. Tag right over nothing. Ah, whoops. See what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. You want to get in a little bit higher. Or we can kind of drift down a little bit. That's a good question. I think we got... Who do we get out of the Reggie Jackson trade? We got Kyle Singler, yeah. And...
The car ahead is fitting.
yeah, can't remember.
Clear high. Car low. All clear.
See, if dudes are like hitting you coming into the corner like that, they're way too hard on the, or way too late on the brake. So... tires are pretty solid. Tires don't matter too much here. Martinsville, it'll affect the car coming off the corner and in a bit as they get warm, but shouldn't affect it too bad. Maybe that was a little bit too high right there. Still made it work though because it came down. So really, as long as you're entering a little high and you're just staying, trying to stay in the rubber right there, you're good to go.
Still there. Clear
Oh,
high.
shoot. Sorry, Danny.
Car low. Clear high.
They're wrecking around me. So, okay, this will be the last lap. Then I'll go to the pit road only setup. Oh, shoot. Snapped it a bit loose right there. And, okay. Now, pit road only setup. Let's get to it. Here we go. Sorry, I got it in. Got the wedge right there. Tire pressures. And the real tape really doesn't matter. Yeah, one last look at the full on set for you guys too. Okay. And if you guys really don't feel like riding down, subs, like, see, I've done it where I put, the full on in the race and then the pit only one in the qualify. That way you can always come back to it if you have to. I know a lot of people just ride them down though, and that works too. So you can keep them that way. This one's going to be a little bit more loose coming out of the corner early in the run, just because I don't have the, you don't have the full on adjustments where it makes it stable. It's really more relying on the tire pressures, but it's not going to kill you, it shouldn't. It's going to be a little tighter through the corner too, or harder to get down into it for the same reasons. Okay. Back with this one, let's go to a race real quick, just so I could show you better as far as just consistency wise what to do.
There's the green flag.
Drop to the back for a second, just wait it out. Then get some time on me, probably like a half track, something like that. Okay, that's good. See, I was a little too hard on the brake right there. I like that. See what I mean though? It's a little looser. Can't push it as hard coming off the corner early. Gotta feather it just a bit more. There we go. Say, listen to my engine sounds, you'll hear what I'm talking about as far as trying to throttle as much as I can. Ooh. A little too hard on the brakes right there. That's what Martinsville is about, really, is coming off the corner as hard as you can. Got a little loose right there. You really wrecking up there? Trying to. There's a good one. See, I'm kind of gliding through the corner a little bit more. Starting out a little higher. Ooh, overdrove it right there. Overdrove it hard right there. There we go. Finally hit 3 and 4 right.
Stay low.
Guess not.
Still there. Stay low. Still there. Car low.
Then we go around her pretty good. Let him get ahead of me again. There we go. Oh, dang it. It's an acceleration, really. So 19.2. See if I get down to 19.1. Should be able to. Maybe not. There we go. That's better. That corner right there is more what I needed.
That was a great line.
There we go. So 19.2, let's be right there. In fact, let's try something a little bit here. Let's see if we let's tighten up just a tick. See if that helps. I feel like it's just a
The
tick
race is
loose.
going green. There's the green flag.
Let them get ahead of us. Got a good straightaway plus. Okay. Yeah, went in a little too high right there. See what I mean by rhythm track, though, if you mess up to the corner, it's going to cost you about 10th or 2. Got to be on point. Ran the same exact lap I ran 2 laps ago. You just want to try to pick it up as fast as you can. Ah, man. It's right there. Okay. Alright, one last look at the pit road only setup right there. Tire pressure wise. Okay. I think that'll do it. Stay tuned for more of these videos later. If you want to see a certain track, let me know. See you guys later.